Okay, so we'll have a look at the pond and a quick look at the filter system. That cost basically next to nothing to make and keeps the water crystal clear now. So as you can see today the pond is quite clear. The fish are quite happy swimming around. In fact, they're looking for food at the moment. This one coming around now is very shy. Doesn't like being with the other fish if it can help it. And it won't feed if the others are feeding. Seems to wait till last. The one over there is one of the twins. I've got two of those. One male and one female. That's the female. And there's the male down there. I'm hoping that one day they will decide to have fry young fish. But I say I've had them now for about 6 years and they don't seem to be bothered. There they go. This is a little greedy one that's coming up through the middle. If there's food going, it's the first there. And it will push the other fish out of the way to get it. The big one in the middle there is about 10 years old. One of the first fish I got when both its parents died. It was a red hot summer and I think it was my fault because I didn't have enough filtration on. That's when I first started the pond. So let's go and have a look at the filters. This is basically my main filter, which keeps the water crystal clear, and it's a simple makeup that works. I'll just turn off the pump and we'll have a quick look underneath when it's drained out. This pipe here is a drain pipe. Well, I say a drain pipe. I put it on so that when I start up the filter pump again, all the wastewater that comes to the top goes out of there and goes down onto the garden, goes a long pipe, and it feeds all the plants. Feeds all the plants, including the pear and apple tree and the plum tree and the flowers. At the back of it here, I've got a little handle that I can pull up, one of the ventures, which drains the water out, which also cleans the bottom out. So we will have a look what is in here, and this is what keeps the pond clean. Take this out, just loosen it off, there we go. So in here we've got that Japanese matting. Below that we've got the foams, the 3 layers of foam, and another jet matting. Under the jet matting we have all the stone. It's lava stone and other types of stone that act as a media for all the good bacteria. So there's very little in this really. And we'll put this back on again. Just slides into place. There we go. Now what I do, I've made a mistake here. I've put that back on. I should leave that off for now. So I'll leave that off. This is for cleaning it out. I'll leave that off. I put the cap on there. Doesn't have to go on tight, it just basically needs to just be loosely on there. And then we take this one off. This is the 1.5 inch, and that's where the overflow will come out onto the garden. So if we push down the Ventura again and we restart the pump, the water will come to the top, and all the dirty water now, you can hear there, it's now cleaning out all the stone material. And it'll fetch all that dirt to the top, whatever dirt there might be in there. And that should be coming to the top in a minute or so. So it's filtering now through all the filter material. As you can see there, the dirt off the stones, what's on them is coming to the top. Now I don't want that to go into the next bin, which is here. So all that will go out of the pipe and it'll go on to the garden, and that now will feed all the plants with nitrogen, and it go all the way down the garden. See, it's another pipe there, it takes it all the way down and feeds all the plants. And once this is clean, which it is there, basically it's basically clean now, we just undo the big 2 inch again, take the 2 inch off, and we'll stick the 1.5 inch on. I could of course put taps on this, so that I could just open the tap and just close it when I wanted to, because these are a little bit fiddly at times, even more so when you're trying to hold the camera. There we go. It's now back on there, finger tight, we don't need to have it dead tight. And then we'll put the filtration tube back in again, which again isn't easy to put in one-handed. Always give it a go. So we'll put that in. Let's see if we can put that a bit further round. Right, so we've got that in now, and the water will filter from that down into the second bin. It's basically the same setup in the second bin. There we go. But this time, instead of having the Japanese matting on the top, the Japanese matting is on the bottom. And this again keeps the water nice and clean. So all that then goes into the pond. And so the water just comes out of there, back into the pond again. So basically it's self-cleaning. Water goes out there into the filter, when it gets dirty in the filter, I just turn the overflow on and flush water through it, which cleans the filter material. Turn the Ventura back off again and turn the overflow back off, and the water then starts to go back into the pond. Pricing. Well, pricing is a little bit difficult, really. The absorption material, the lava material, and the stone was about 10 to 15 pounds, that's UK pounds, and the filter sponges were about 15-16 pounds, and the Japanese matting, which was the most expensive, at about 25 pounds, but there was enough to do 2 bins. The bins themselves were $11.99 each, and you just had the adapters, which were $2.50 each. The pipe was from a builder's merchants, and that was £4.99 a metre, and the Venturas were the most expensive at about £9 each. So basically, for a very small amount of money, you've got 2 filters that keep the water lovely and clean. You do not have to spend hundreds or thousands of pounds on top water cleaning devices. It depends what you want your pond to be. As far as I can see the fish, and the pond is reasonably clean like it is now, I'm happy. I don't want it 100% spotlessly clean. The only way to get it 100% spotlessly clean is to have a massive water turnover. So say you have 2,000 gallons in the pond, you would need to turn over that amount of water each day, and that would be terrifically expensive in the cost of water if your house had a water meter. You could, I suppose, have some form of settling tank, where all the water would go into a settling tank and stay there for a couple of days, and then you could put the water back into the pond. But that would mean you'd need 3 different flows of water, which would be quite complicated. You'd have to have the pond and 2 tanks. That would take 2,000 gallons each. Where the way I've done it is cheap, easy to maintain. You don't have to worry about it. Once it's done, and it'll last for years. And you can modify it at will. Say this has got a UV light on, but the UV light hasn't been on at all this year yet. I don't find much need for UV, because when the pond's running normally, it never gets algae on it, never gets green water. I have had a problem these last few weeks with coloured water, mainly brown, but that was due to stuff being blown into the pond by the wind and stuff dropping into the pond with the rain. But that's all sorted itself out now, and the pond is back to its normal self, nice and clean. Simplest is best. Easy maintaining is best. Something that you can do and leave and just enjoy your fish.